Hey everybody, welcome to Nuggets Hustle. So glad to have you back. I am Leo. I'm here with my good buddy Donnie. Donnie, how are you, man?
Dude, I'm doing great. I feel like I'm in the Matrix right now after some crazy news last night in the NBA world.
We have a lot to talk
We
about
do.
today, my man.
We do.
Normally we're a Nuggets podcast, but we are definitely going to be discussing more than just the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Um, Donnie, we are, like you said, some of the biggest news in in NBA history.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll get more into that. I guess Donnie has some games for me.
hmm
Super excited for that. And then we will close her on up.
Yeah, let's bring it in.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Whoops. Yep, 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 yep.
Ow now, brown cow.
Ow now, brown cow. Janice Joplin.
Lanolin. Or what does he say in Anchorman? Li-
I
what?
I don't
I
remember.
don't remember.
I don't
Okay.
remember.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, three.
hmm
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nuggets Hustle. I am Leo. I'm here with my good buddy Donnie. Donnie, we are talking about the Nuggets last few games. I want to say, the road trip has been nothing but a smack in the face.
Yeah. Disaster.
Oh, it's been ugly, but we were able to scrape out a win against a bottom feeder team without their best players. Let's talk about
Oh, yeah.
it. No, we beat the Charlotte Hornets last night.
hmm
Donnie, what are your first takes?
When it comes to the Charlotte Hornets, I'm gonna use this quote for them. Derek Hawley, our logo designer,
Yep.
referred to them as the hospital Hornets.
Oh my God.
Because they were it. I mean, okay, yes, we had that 3 game skid, and then we won two back to back,
Yep.
but we scraped two
We,
back to back.
yeah,
That was kind of pathetic.
it was bad.
Yeah, like this road trip has been a disaster.
We have played a bunch of teams without their best players.
Yeah. I mean, Miles Bridges last night looked like someone I want to trade for.
He looked like his brother.
Yeah. Wait, is his brother?
McCall.
No, no way. No way.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, those guys should get on the same team.
Yeah, they're brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Absolute studs.
Sweet. Yeah. Ballers.
Yeah, but yeah, without Brandon Miller, right?
hmm
Without
LaMelo.
LaMelo. Um, and I'm sure there are some others that I just don't know in
Yeah.
the first
Those are the
place.
big hitters.
Yeah, but winning is winning. And in this league, if you're the number one guy or you're the number 15 guy, you made the cut.
hmm
So there are levels to this.
Yeah.
And we were talking. Trey, our rookie, Trey,
Yeah.
is averaging 35 in the G League,
Yeah.
plays 0 minutes for us.
Yeah.
But basically.
Yeah.
Um, not that he's never going to.
Yeah.
I think he is going to develop just nicely.
hmm
But just, I don't want to take away from what the Hornets as professional basketball players can do.
Yeah.
So
I
winning
think,
is winning.
yeah. And I think we just have such a high standard for our team.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
you win the first title ever.
Yeah.
You still have the best player that's ever come through this state slash probably one of the
Country.
best of all time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, our expectations are going to be high until he probably retires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could not agree more, man.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on we played Philly?
Mhm.
That was without Joel,
hmm
and that was without
So we just played Philly.
Paul George, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We played them.
Yeah, I would just say like it's not really abnormal for us to play them
that,
without
that,
Joel.
oh my gosh, that's so true. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I was trying to
No,
play on words.
no, man. I saw a stat that said Joel has made $126 million on the bench
Oh,
from all the games he has not played. That's been his salary.
goodness
Like,
gracious.
that's how much money he's acquired not playing. Anyway,
I want that job.
right. I think we all do. I if Philly Tyrese Maxey is nothing to sneeze at.
Mm-mm.
He is a great basketball player.
He had a game.
But that's another one, man. Like we should those are 20-point games.
hmm
Maybe 30.
Yeah. And
Um,
it's funny because we actually did beat Philly somewhat recently, right? Like by a big margin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say, was it early January?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Like, everyone was talking about the whole Embiid Joker thing, which isn't even a debate anymore. Embiid is still a phenomenal player when he plays. It's just,
A, he doesn't play, and B, he's not as valuable when he does.
yeah. And let me hop into the defense is still atrocious. It is. we've developed some very, very bad habits.
Hmm.
And I think you know this. I think with anything in life, yes, it certainly pertains to basketball, but at the same time, you could talk about it in life and
Yep.
the habits we've built with defense. I've seen us play defense like 3 games total in
Yeah.
like from start to finish
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
Um, I understand it's a long game and there's going to be mishaps. However, last night was really, 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 really bad.
It's terrible.
Yeah, like I've noticed a little bit more of effort from Jamal, but it's very he falls asleep.
There's a reason why Bridges was looking for the last shot on him.
Yeah, every single time. Like when they're trying to switch on you, that should be an insult.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying he should pick up an intentional or attack or hurt someone, but I'd like to see him play a little too physical once or twice.
Oh
I've never
yeah.
seen him play too physical on
Right.
defense.
Right.
He'll do it offensively, and look how that works out
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it defensively.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, his offense has definitely improved. But
From earlier this season.
yes, sorry, sorry.
Yeah. I would agree. He had 20 last night.
But it's not an
Um,
excuse, dude.
no.
It's almost like a net. It almost nets out to nothing when you're giving up
Hmm.
and you're such a liability.
Hmm.
And everyone's like, "Oh, you guys are hating on Jamal." We're not hating on Jamal. We just have high expectations of a very good basketball player.
Well, yeah, and so does his contract.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, yeah,
It's
it's not just us that has
yeah.
high expectations. Those dollars do too.
Yeah.
Like, like what? We're not hating. We're
Yeah.
just mathing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
We're
for
mathing.
what he's getting paid, the production needs to be better.
Very good
But
point.
I also like, yeah, I would like to see it defensively just as much as offense. And I'm not saying he's not trying. I'm saying try differently since it's not working.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I
Agreed.
also was concerned about our late game decision making.
Hmm.
We had 4 timeouts left.
Yes. Talk to me about the coaching.
Donnie, I love Mike Malone and I don't want to fire him, so I'm not going down that road.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know losing 3 games, like what am I getting frustrated about? But we shouldn't have, that should never happen.
Yeah.
That should never happen, especially against the teams we lost 3 games against.
Hmm.
Um, you know, in a row. The late game decision making is my biggest frustration. I'm not saying you have to go full high school or college and run a foul strategy, but it's not like any team in the NBA is like, oh, they're the best at free throws.
I know.
Take a chance.
I know.
Take a chance.
Yeah.
Scrape out a win that can inch you closer to that 3 seed or that 2 seed.
Yeah.
Well, 3 seed, let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
We're not getting that 2 seed, but I was frustrated, and not only defensively, but offensively it was give it to Russ and let him go down the basket. Last night it was give it to Nikola.
Hmm.
How'd that work out?
Very well.
I think we won.
Yeah.
So I just maybe we start with that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we just alienate him from the other 4 offensive guys. I say we run our bread and butter, run that pick and roll.
Hmm.
So that's offensively and defensively. I appreciated last night that I didn't see Mike call a whole lot of frustration timeouts,
Hmm.
which has been a nice change.
Yeah.
Those have to end.
Yeah.
This how good are we for him to call a timeout when he's angry and not because when we necessarily need it,
Yeah.
for us to come out and be like, oh yeah, okay. We will immediately correct that. And
Mhm.
we do 9 times out of 10, I would say. Come playoff time, we are going to need those timeouts.
Mhm.
And so I was happy to see it, but also I was talking with April, like there were a couple times halfway through the fourth where I'm like, Mike,
Yeah.
we have 4 of them.
I know.
Let's go. And so I'm a complaining sailor is a happy sailor. I'd like to see more discipline down the stretch, defensive or it's a coaching thing. So offensively and defensively with decision making, and then using those timeouts, man, they are so. Don't you get like 19 of them in the NBA?
Like
It feels like
it was like earlier this year. Remember that the Golden State game when CB dove for the ball and then called a timeout, but thank goodness he did not get called because we didn't have any. That's when I learned, oh, you can run out of timeouts
Yeah.
in the NBA. Okay.
Well, and didn't we have a situation where we had 1 left and Russ called it
Yes.
earlier this
Yes,
season?
he did.
We had like 10 minutes left
Yeah.
in the
And there's been situations where we haven't challenged yet, and you have to have a timeout to challenge,
Oh, yeah.
but we only have 1 left.
then if you lose it, that's your timeout. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I feel like you have to go into the fourth with at least three.
Yes.
At least
At the
three.
minimum,
And
dude.
and before last night, we were going into the fourth with one.
I know. I know. It's and I agree with you. I'm not saying we're firing Mike. Mike's been great. He brought us a title.
No,
We're not calling for
no,
anyone's head here.
no.
What we're saying is we're just hoping that he also sees that
Yeah.
and it improves. Just like how we're asking Jamal to improve.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to improve.
I'm just asking for today, maybe, I don't know, whenever we have some time. Let's get together as a squad. Let's put 2 minutes up on the board.
Yeah.
Let's work it out.
Oh, for real.
Let's work it out.
Late game situations.
Yep, let's call it fist.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's call it something we all can just like, yes, like I don't know, man. Like something where we all just know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have practiced this over and over. And I know these guys are pros, but strategy works.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I know what they need to run.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying there's 19 coaches along with 19 timeouts. We can figure something out, right?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
19 timeouts and 19 coaches. For real.
Gosh, man. We do really have 19 coaches though.
Yeah, we do.
And I just feel like someone's got to be like, hey, maybe there's a trend here at the end of game situations.
For real.
Thanks for listening to me talk about that. And
No, it's
vent
needed
on
to be
that.
said for a while. For a while. This has been going on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're not the only ones to talk about this. This is an obvious thing. And Mike is not the reason we've lost games. It's players, it's him. It's a collection.
Mhm.
You've said this to me many times when I'm all wanting to trade everybody. Like it's a team thing, and it is. It really is. So at the end of the day, we're lucky that our best player is better than everybody else's best player.
Yes.
So
Yes. Coming up, or do you have anything more with these past few games?
oh no, let's flush him. Let's get
Okay.
out of here. Let's
Yeah.
get back home. What
Yeah.
do we Oh yeah, Zeke had
Oh, Zeke had 5
a
blocks. Thank
handful
you,
of
April.
blocks. Zeke looked really good.
Yeah.
Zeke looked like
Who we
he-
want him to be.
like Jesus Shuttlesworth. Like I expect to be here. Okay, not that good, but like give me the ball or like let me make a play instead of like, okay, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
I appreciate the urgency, and when he plays like that, he needs to play.
Yes. Yes. I mean,
So
I'm kind of is DJ hurt?
we were talking about, I don't know. I was too lazy to look it up. I do not know if he is. I don't know if
If it's just like maybe we were overusing him, that could be it too.
there is no overusing him. We don't pay him enough to overuse him.
I agree.
Oh my goodness.
I agree.
Donny, I'm so frustrated with like there is one player, maybe two that we could talk about overusing. CB is 23 years old. He needs to play 74 minutes a game.
Agreed.
Like I'm over talking these a little bit, but like, he is a young man.
Yes.
He needs to play
Yes.
all game.
A young buck.
We need to have Tibbs attitude with him.
Yeah, he's got energy to burn.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Russ is just happy to be there. He is still like a golden retriever.
Agreed.
Let him go whenever he wants and bring him back after 2 or 3 turnovers in a row. Nikola and maybe Jamal are the only ones where we should be talking about worry about minutes.
Agreed. Agreed.
And after an injury, Aaron Gordon, whatever, with Mike the first year after his back injury, that's when but everyone else,
I know.
we don't talk about minutes. We just play.
Dude, like they're professional athletes. It's their job. Yeah.
Yeah, they're paid a salary for a reason.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how long this Russ injury lasts. I think he'll be okay. I think we caught it at the right time. He was smart enough because sometimes guys don't signal to the bench when they get that tightness. They try and play through it and it actually ends up being worse long term.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he said something and would have done that game.
Yeah. And just let us know.
Yeah. So we've got a back-to-back, or not a back-to-back, but 2 games against the Pelicans at home. We get to go to one Monday. I don't know. The Pelicans are an interesting team.
Talk about hospital.
Yeah. Like, dude, a conversation I heard on the way to your house was, did the Pelicans need to start kind of looking at how they looked at, or the Dallas looked at Luka? Now, I'm not comparing Zion to Luka because personally, we'll get to the Luka trade and you'll hear my thoughts.
Yeah.
But people are like, dude, and you've said this so many times, availability is the best ability. If you're not out there, you are literally nothing.
Worthless.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Zion is a phenomenal basketball player, but when you can't display those talents, okay.
What are you good for?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
So there's a lot of conversation of maybe New Orleans needs to move on. Trade him to Lakers. So he doesn't play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just how has it worked out so far?
I know.
Are things just magically going to get better?
I know.
Ingram is hurt too. And I just, these should be a couple waxes for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah.
But with that, let's kind of segue. Yeah, you ready to talk about it?
Yeah, dude, it's on my mind.
Donnie, I want to hear because you are the one who approached me. I was sawing logs, snoring when this happened.
I had friends text me that don't watch basketball.
I had a friend who I work with who texted me at 1 a.m.
Yeah. I literally on the way here I got a Starbucks.
Yeah.
I was talking with the baristas about this. No joke. I start from the gate. We'll get into the details, but I would not have done this trade personally.
Okay. For both teams or one of which team?
For the Lakers, I think it's a brilliant move.
Okay.
Long term.
Okay.
I think actually short term it actually helps Dallas.
Yeah.
Because Luka's not playing. And okay. There's one man in the NBA who probably has, if there was a conceded, like someone who's conceded, like a meter, someone that is at the bottom, and that is Nikola Jokic. And I think Nikola Jokic caused this trade.
Wow. Elaborate on this conspiracy.
We had a back-to-back against Dallas.
Okay.
And we smoked them. And who smoked them? Nikola Jokic.
Okay, yeah.
We were up 20 points and it came back, or we were down 20 points and came back in that game.
Okay.
Their GM, or I think it was their GM, came out and said, defense wins championships. And they have three very, very stout big men
In
Lively, Gafford, and now AD.
Yeah, they're gonna play AD at forward. I heard.
Yeah, I guess that's
let he play.
That's like the Wolves all over again.
Yeah, oh man, that's a good team.
Yeah,
I am happy to hear.
Someone just texted me about Luka Doncic.
I am happy to see that the Mavs' best players are all over 32 years old now.
Yeah.
So it's either now or never for them, which makes me happy because after this year, but this is the year.
I know.
How many more years do we have with Nikola?
I know.
So yeah. So you're thinking LA long term,
yes.
Good decision. When does Luka come back? Is
Great
he done?
Question. No, he's not done.
Okay.
They've been, I mean, you know this, I'm sure we're not even 24 hours after the trade, but I feel like everyone knows like the quote unquote reason that's being flooded into the media is it was because he's so overweight, he's not getting in shape, his conditioning's poor, he's not available. I just dude, think about jersey sales. Like Luka Doncic not only sells mad jerseys domestically, but think about internationally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think AD is that. AD sells a lot of jerseys. Don't get me wrong. He's a phenomenal player.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he's a former MVP.
He's not as flashy.
Defense player of the year. Sorry.
Yes.
But Luka Doncic is like, he is Nikola times 2, in my opinion, when it comes to international reach.
Oh, popularity?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So money wise, it just didn't make sense.
For the Mavs?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then again, you want to win.
Yeah.
So like I'm looking at it more of as a business thing. But I don't know. Tell me your thoughts, because like last night, dude, I kind of thought sorry, give me your thoughts.
No, man, I don't disagree with anything you're saying. If anything, at worst, not at worst, I just think it's a wash. I don't think it really helps either team a whole lot. I feel like now the Mavs will struggle immensely with scoring at will.
Okay.
I think AD is great. Is he an at will scorer? I don't think so anymore. Maybe he is. Maybe I just don't watch enough Laker basketball. Luka, well, he's not playing. Apparently he's heavy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, between Luka and LeBron, it's going to be hard to guard that. But also, that's a lot of stand around basketball.
Yeah.
That's how LeBron thrives, is off stand around. And Luka is a one-on-one guy. So what are the other three going to do?
Yeah.
It seems like it's going to be pretty easy to guard. Are they going to be all 3-and-D guys and the other two are just I don't know.
I think in terms of the Lakers, everyone's like, oh, they're going to be so great. I think they'll still be a decent team. For anyone to say that this turns like the needle big time for them is a little bit.
Well, for everyone who thinks they're going to be great, please look at the 25 and 23 Suns.
I know.
KD.
Yeah.
What's he doing? What's Devin Booker doing?
Dude, look at that team's roster.
Lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're good enough but losing last night, by the way, the Suns. But Katie's good enough to get on his phone and look at the trade during the game. So glad to see that we're focused on winning. But
Yeah.
you know who I bet would not have done that?
Is it a certain Serbian? Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, because he's too busy biting his nails, or he's actually on the floor.
Yo, his biting nails and cross leg vibe on the bench is me 24/7.
He looks like a middle-aged woman watching Golden Girls. Like that's not true. He looks like me watching Golden Girls.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
like I think I don't know, man. I'm so thankful that we have someone who is just basketball and home life.
Mm-hmm.
There
Yeah.
is nothing else.
No.
Basketball and home life.
Like he saw the figures money wise, and he's just like to his agent, I'm not moving anywhere.
Yep.
Just get the dang deal done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we should offer it every time. I have a question, Donnie.
Yeah.
Do all NBA teams have to carry 15 players on the roster? Is that a requirement?
That's a great question because I remember, was it the COVID year that we went to, where'd we go? Was it Utah or Portland where we had those 7 guys and we won, or 8 guys? Do you remember that? It was before we won the title.
No.
It was a weird, and granted it was COVID, so maybe there were different rules. That's a great question. I think we do.
I'd be willing to trade 5 or 6 guys for one guy
Who's the
and
guy?
play with 9. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm willing to do it. I'd trade a starter,
Okay.
maybe 4 other guys.
Okay.
A starter, a decent bench guy, and then 2 no names
Okay.
for De'Aaron Fox.
Oh yeah.
Or you know what I mean?
Speaking of
And we play
which,
with 9. And then if someone gets hurt, we play with 8. So what?
Yeah.
Okay, we play with 8.
Yeah.
And then we maybe don't win. But we could win if we had another all NBA.
Mm-hmm.
We got Sabonis. That wouldn't happen because he's a max guy, but like maybe not a max guy, but
I mean, if we traded him for a max guy,
yeah. Or trade 3 guys, a starter, a bench guy, and Hunter Tyson.
Yeah, I mean,
Zeke. I don't know.
I'm not saying I necessarily want this to happen. I kind of do. But if Jamal is available and Fox is talking like he's talking,
Like a 1-for-1,
yeah,
they would never do it.
I know.
Not anymore.
Not
2
anymore.
years ago.
Yeah, for real though. Dude, I upped mine this morning.
Yesterday. Yeah. Oh no.
No.
That's all right.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe we can just buy him back.
This is a
No, yeah. But I mean, we're very fortunate to have seen both AD and Luka a handful of times. Have we? I feel like we had to have in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we haven't seen him in a Lakers jersey. We haven't seen him in a Mavs jersey. So we'll have to.
I mean, we might not if he's not available. So
that's so true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall, I would give the upper hand to the Lakers, like you. But
not necessarily this year.
No,
but long term, yeah.
But maybe if he comes back with a vengeance and they catch fire and Jackson Hayes learns how to play basketball.
I also think the Lakers are thinking they see the end of the road with LeBron.
Yeah.
And they're like, who's going to be the face of this franchise? You know, I don't think it would have been AD. AD's a phenomenal basketball player. I personally think he's overrated because I've seen Nikola neutralize him.
Yeah, if Nikola is your base, then they're all bad.
That's true.
But
I will keep it my base for a while.
Well, I do that too often with our players. I'm like, well, they're all terrible because they're not like him.
Yeah.
No one's like him. So yeah.
Okay. You want to take a quick break? Come right back.
Quick break, quick?
Yeah, quick break, please.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Nuggets Hustle. We are joined by the infamous April O'Neil.
Here I am.
Hey. All right, so because of what's gone on in the past 24 hours with Luka Doncic going to LA, AD going the other way with a bunch of other swaps picks, a couple other players, and then Utah randomly getting a guy.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. I want to know. LA win this trade?
So Leo was asleep when this trade happened, and I'm freaking out, like pacing around, not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
And when he woke up this morning, the first thing I asked him was, do the Lakers get a higher seed than us now? So now that's
a good question.
I do think that they won the trade.
Okay.
I agree with what y'all were already saying about in the short term, no.
Yeah.
But I think in the long term, yes.
Mm-hmm. The jersey sales, and like the face of the franchise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at the starting lineups of the two teams now.
Hmm.
I think Lakers, when Luka's healthy, I think Lakers won that,
Yeah.
even in a head-to-head.
Yeah. I mean, the Mavs, I mean, yeah, Leo made a really good point of they're aging,
Yeah.
right? It's a now or never type situation.
Yeah.
And they just literally gave up their franchise player for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm curious if there was behind the scenes stuff. Was there some, what do they call it? Tampering?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Do you think they knew that it was coming?
So,
Because I've seen speculation.
yeah. I mean, is it Shams, the main guy who like
Mhm.
is like the big NBA guy? He claims to have no idea that this was going down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and he knows everything. Um, LeBron claims to not know. Luca claims to not know. AD claims to not know. Don't know if I believe that.
Sure.
Yeah. However, it doesn't really affect. I wouldn't say it affects us greatly. I would. It'll be interesting to see. Do we play Dallas anymore? I know we played them like 3 times.
Mm.
So we either have them one more time or they're the.
We might have already played them 4 times.
Yeah, we might have. Okay, so no more Denver Dallas unless we meet them in the playoffs.
Right.
Um,
Which could happen.
could happen. Um,
I will say that our Lakers tickets that we had sold right away this morning.
yeah,
Shouldn't
yeah,
have lowered them yesterday.
yeah. I had mine lowered and then I saw that and I immediately was like, people are gonna want to hop on
I
this.
should have done that last night. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about it.
But they may not sell because they weren't selling for a while.
Yeah, same. I've had mine up for a while.
Yeah. And I know everyone's like, why are you selling your Lakers tickets? Sorry, I've seen LeBron.
Oh, I would love to see LeBron. I know
You guys have a good excuse.
everybody's
Yeah.
a LeBron hater. I love LeBron.
Yeah.
But Baby O'Neal
Yeah. Yeah.
is
There are priorities
is
here.
going to be okay. So
Played it 3 times.
then we have to play them again.
There's
We play the Lakers 3 more times. Got it.
yeah. We play the Lakers 3 more times.
Because we've only played them once, apparently.
That's wild. Okay.
That's wild. Yeah.
Okay. In terms of how does this affect Dallas?
I mean, in the short term, it probably helps them because Luke has been out or not performing up to the Luka Magic standards.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess having him as a big might be helpful. I think it helps them in the standings right now. I don't know, though, by the time playoffs get around, if they're going to be in contention.
Mm-hmm.
The play-in, maybe.
It's a lot of weight put on Kyrie's shoulders at the guard play.
Yeah.
It's a lot of weight. And
which, I mean if somebody's going to do it, Munchkin, stop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We have an unhappy cat here.
Little cat head just popped up on my screen. And I was like, wait a minute. What's happening?
Okay. Munch, what do you think? Who won this trade? Anyway, I don't know. I think what the whole shock factor of it is just mind blowing, right? Like when AD got traded to LA, we all knew it was happening because of like we just knew LeBron was in there doing his thing.
Yeah.
This is like and the fact that LeBron says he didn't know, maybe he didn't. And this is like the first time since he's been in LA that I've seen LA make a big move without really his approval.
Yeah.
So,
which, I mean, to be fair, that's how it should be.
Exactly.
But it's also LeBron James.
Yeah, like they maybe have called him at least called him before they
released it to media.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
like, hey, FYI.
Yeah, right. Your boy's heading.
Your buddy's leaving.
Yeah, he's headed east, and we got a good guy coming. I mean, he's gonna help them if he plays. He's gonna play.
Yeah.
But I think is AD hurt too? He didn't play last night. I don't think so.
I don't know why he didn't play last night though.
Well, if they knew about this trade, they wouldn't have played him.
Yeah, but then don't you think he would be suspicious?
Exactly. Like why?
Like, why am I not playing?
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, okay. So maybe this has been in the works.
Yeah.
He sat on the 30th and on the 1st.
Did they give a reason? How much?
Okay.
All right. Well.
Interesting. What are your final thoughts on this?
That maybe I will be buying an All-Star jersey this year because I still can't buy Lakers gear.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Abdominal muscle strain, Leo says for AD. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if the trainers were like, "Oh man, your ab hurt or your ab hurts," and he's like, "No, it doesn't."
I'm pretty sure it's sore.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Munch, thank you as well. And we'll be right back with Mr. Leo. Okay. Welcome back to Nuggets Hustle, everyone. I got two things for you.
Okay.
Okay. One of them is Nuggets related, the other is not. We'll start with the Nuggets related one. Give me 3 reasons to this point in the season why the Nuggets can win the title, and then give me 3 reasons why they cannot win the title.
Alrighty, Donnie. 3 reasons they cannot win the title. Late game decision making.
Okay.
Strategy there. So late game decisions, defense with a capital D. These are in no particular order, by the way, because defense is number one.
Yeah.
So those two, and we don't have a consistent second best player. Those are my 3. I'm gonna loop in, the timeouts we were talking about. That goes in with late game.
Yeah.
So late games, and then defense with a capital D. Yeah, a second heavy hitter.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I think can be Jamal. So I think all these things are fixable, Donnie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
3 reasons we can. Number 1 is because we can fix all 3 of those. That's the first reason.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second reason is Nikola Jokic,
Yep.
and so is the third.
Actually, that's my exact list.
Yeah. Is it really?
It is. It is. It is.
And again, no particular order because Nicola's probably number 1 on that reason why.
Yeah.
But I think if we fix all 3 of those things that are negative right now, we are in business.
Agreed. Agreed. Okay. Good answers. Well done. Okay.
Thank you.
Final game.
I'm excited for this. What's it called?
It's called Higher or Lower.
Okay.
It's a pretty simple game.
Okay.
All right.
We got to work on the title.
Agreed. Okay. So I'm going to give you a movie series. Okay.
Okay.
It's going to be the base. And then I'm going to follow it up with other movie series that are pretty popular.
Okay.
And you have to tell me if it's higher or lower.
Okay.
And you got to tell me why.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this isn't rapid. This is just give you my reason or tell you higher or lower.
Yeah.
Higher or lower, and then tell you why.
Yep.
I can do that.
Okay. Your base is Harry Potter.
Oh. Oh.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Donnie,
Okay.
You're setting a lot of people up for failure. Okay. But we can go here.
All right. Number 1, the MCU up until Endgame.
Oh, lower. For sure.
Really?
Lower.
Okay. Why?
I would say maybe it's my connection to the books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too much. And childhood. There's a lot more content with the MCU. And I think I just appreciate the storytelling more
Okay.
with Harry Potter.
Okay. I feel like that's the main theme probably on a lot of these.
Yeah.
Second one, Lord of the Rings.
Ooh, that's a closer one.
Yeah.
That's a closer one. We're still gonna go with Harry Potter.
Okay.
The relatability more so with Harry Potter than Lord of the Rings. We all wanted to be Legolas, but there was no way possible.
No.
But now you can go to Florida and you can be Harry.
Yes.
So
yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Second one or third one. Have you seen the Mission Impossible series?
I've not seen all 40 of them, but I've seen the first 4.
Oh, okay. It was like the worst 4.
Oh, they are?
Dude, the most recent ones are phenomenal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I need to give them a chance, but yeah, you already know where this is going.
Yeah, we're going lower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Rocky series. Dun, 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 dun.
Lower for sure. Great films. Kinda.
Yeah.
Very, the storytelling, man. It's very, oh, we're down in the dumps. Oh, we figured it out. Yeah. Oh, we beat them.
Yeah.
I don't know why my voice is like that, but that's my opinion.
Okay. Have you seen all the Fast and Furiouses? I haven't. So
I have not either.
Yeah. Okay.
We can skip this one.
Okay. Second from last, the Santa Claus series.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
I know.
Great films. I love all three of them. They are lower.
Okay.
They are also lower.
Okay.
I feel bad.
No, I'm actually, I agree with you except for one at this point.
I think I know which one.
And you know which one.
We'll go back at the end and go through this.
Final one. And this is the biggest one.
Okay.
Star Wars.
Oh.
Like
for movies.
I mean, their TV shows are great too.
Man, they are.
Yeah.
And I need to leave books out of it.
Yeah, that's what's tough about this.
So maybe there's one I should go back and change. I'm probably gonna go with Star Wars.
Oh,
Star Wars.
Respect.
The movies are so good.
Save the best for last.
I personally like the Harry Potter movies more.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as
you can say that. If you want Harry Potter to be higher, you say higher.
Harry Potter, I don't think there's a movie series that can beat it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Donnie. I just Star Wars is up there.
Yeah.
It's probably second. And then I would say Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm assuming me going back is Lord of the Rings the one you would put above it.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is the only one. Yeah. I'm Harry Potter, or I'm Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and then yeah. You gotta watch the Mission Impossible series. Dude, I guarantee it is. April, you would like it too. It's really entertaining. I know it's Tom. Done it.
Do you accept this mission? If you do, this will self-destruct in 9 seconds.
Okay, so that was my game.
That was fun.
Yeah, and I think the reason I asked it is just because recently I've seen a lot of things over the holidays of people, they don't necessarily associate, you guys and even me, we watch movies pertaining to the holiday, Christmas Vacation, Santa Claus, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But people I've noticed are moving towards, that's the time they binge watch their favorite movie series, whether it's related to that holiday or not.
Yeah.
Harry Potter was number one. I mean, it's a classic.
It's just,
and they're making a TV series.
Yes. I've heard of this.
Wild.
I've heard of this.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I'll probably watch the heck out of it.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
It's going to suck so many hours of my life.
For real. Sorry, you're going to have plenty of time to just sit around soon.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. More time than I have now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay. I want to thank April O'Neil for being on this podcast.
Yes. April, thank you.
Yeah, she says you're welcome to everyone. Leo, thank you for being here. Any last thoughts about, going into these next games? Thoughts on anything?
Play defense with an attitude, get it to Nikola and move.
Amen.
Yeah.
Cool. Can you remind the people for us?
Everyone, please do not forget to show some hus. Go Nuggets.
If you got respect for the game, it's time that you put some respect on the name. Joker and Murray and Joker, a duo that cannot be tamed. You got seconds on the clock. There go Murray with the shot. Yeah, that's a Murray flurry in a hurry. Came to give it all you got. Everybody showing some hugs. It's in Nikola we trust. But you gotta have an MP jump shot, leaving the competition in the dust. Come up in the Mile High City, never coming down like AG50. You looking at a squad full of champions. Tell me now, ain't that nifty? Not talking about Boa, but Rocky gon' show up and give all the fans what they love. If there's a rim in vicinity, there ain't no question, gotta stay above. Them boys from the 5280 gon' pull up and always be about a bucket. In case you confused, yeah, you know what to do. I'm talking about the Denver Nuggets. You heard of Magic and Bird. You heard of Shaq and Kobe. You heard of Jordan and Pippen. But what about Joker and Murray? Joker queen. But blue is the new one, he's reigning supreme. You can hate but check the ring. Never underestimate the heart of a champion, it's Mike Malone. You could come for 7 but have your bags, gotta know you going home. You coming to play at the altitude, you better get your O2 ready, cause it's gonna be a breathtaking experience, and you know we're gonna rock steady. Yeah, you heard of Magic and Bird and Jordan and Pippen and all the big threes, but what's it gonna take for these people to see that they should hop on and believe? We ain't content, so you better think twice if you think that we stopping at one. You dealing with Joker and Murray, don't worry, the fun is only just begun. You heard of Magic and Bird, you heard of Shaq and Kobe, you heard of Jordan and Pippen, but what about Joker and Murray? Joker and Murray, Joker and Murray, Joker and Murray, Joker and Murray.